It was a night of remembrance and quiet pride at London's Royal Albert Hall, where the nation gathered to honour the sacrifices of the past. Yet among the sea of poppies and polished medals, all eyes turned to a young royal taking one of his first confident steps into public life. 12-year-old Prince George joined his mother, Princess Catherine, at the Royal British Legion's 80th Festival of Remembrance, a moment that quietly marked his growing presence within the royal family's next generation. While Prince William remained abroad on official duties, his eldest son took his place beside the Princess of Wales for the evening ceremony, held to commemorate the end of the Second World War. Together, they represented a seamless thread of continuity, mother and son, past and future, walking side by side beneath the grand arches of one of Britain's most treasured halls. It was a dignified substitution, but also a touching symbol of the monarchy's enduring legacy through family and example. The young prince, poised yet modest, wore a tailored black suit and a striped tie, his red poppy perfectly pinned to his lapel. Standing proudly beside his mother, he mirrored her calm composure, a quiet confidence that seemed to run in the blood. Observers noted how his bearing and features increasingly resemble his father's at the same age, a likeness that did not go unnoticed by the evening's audience. Princess Catherine, meanwhile, exuded the restrained elegance for which she has become known. She chose a black velvet gown by Alessandra Rich, its crisp white Peter Pan collar edged with lace, blending traditional formality with her signature refinement. A handcrafted poppy by milliner Izzy Ager of Lock & Co glimmered softly on her shoulder, its silk and glass petals catching the light as she greeted veterans and dignitaries. Every element of her attire, from fabric to detail, carried meaning, reflecting both respect and remembrance. Inside the royal box, Catherine and George stood alongside King Charles and Queen Camilla. It was there, under the soft glow of the chandeliers, that the cameras captured a tender exchange, a glance between mother and son as the hall fell silent for reflection. In that moment, he was not just a boy attending a state event but a future monarch learning the language of duty through observation and grace. His hands folded neatly, his eyes attentive, he embodied the early lessons of service, not through speeches, but through presence. Across social media, royal watchers expressed admiration for both mother and son. One message read, "The Princess of Wales looks beautiful, and how wonderful to see Prince George by her side, such poise at 12. Another added, "He carries himself with the same calm as his father. You can already see the future of the monarchy standing there." Others commented on his height, his growing confidence, and the way he greeted senior figures with courtesy beyond his years. It all began in the innocent days of toddlerhood, when George first stepped into the spotlight with a handshake that melted hearts across the Atlantic. In April 2016, during a state visit to Kensington Palace, the then 2-year-old prince met President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. Dressed in a cozy gingham dressing gown embroidered with his name, complete with matching pajamas and slippers, George extended his tiny hand in greeting, a moment captured in photographs that Kensington Palace shared on social media. The image of the young royal shaking hands with the American president, while perched beside a rocking horse gifted by the Obamas at his birth, was hailed as a pinnacle of US-British relations, blending whimsy with protocol. Fast forward to his preteen years, and George's handshakes have evolved into symbols of emerging leadership. In October 2023, during the Rugby World Cup quarter-finals in Marseille, France, the 10-year-old accompanied his father to support Wales. Vanity Fair described a poignant scene where William stepped back, allowing George to lead a meet and greet, shaking hands with attendees like Benoit Payan, the mayor of Marseille. Captured on TikTok, the moment illustrated George's growing assurance, honed through a lifetime of subtle training for his destined role as future king. This event, part of William's patronage of the Welsh Rugby Union, a title George may one day inherit, highlighted the intergenerational transfer of responsibilities. Looking ahead, as George approaches his teenage years, these moments will undoubtedly multiply. Whether at Trooping the Colour, Jubilees, or international summits, his handshakes will continue to bridge the gap between youth and destiny. In an era where the royal family navigates scrutiny and change, Prince George's poised greetings offer a reassuring glimpse of continuity, a young prince shaking hands with the future.